self-sabotage? Interesting question. We probably all can definitely say yes to this at one point or another in our life. What's self-sabotage? It's failure to make the call. It's failure to get out of bed. You have some health goals, you decide you're gonna get up early, and we continually hit the snooze button. It's failure to share the love that you have in your heart for the people that are around you, that are your friends, your family, your relationships. Failure to say I love you. Failure to go and be bold and do something that you wouldn't normally do. That is what we call self-sabotage. We think we want to do something. We know we want to do something up here, but for some reason, we find ourselves sitting in front of the TV instead of making those calls, or wandering into the kitchen late at night, or perhaps maybe it's the drive-thru for you. I don't know, whatever it is. But we all have different areas in our life, whether it's in our health, whether it's our physical fitness, whether it's our relationships, whether we have some personal goals in our business, we're looking to see financial freedom, we want to help so many people in our organization, we want to hit a certain financial goal, we want to be able to, build something for ourselves and retire from the 9-to-5 job, or we're working for somebody else. Whatever it is, we all have different goals that we're pushing towards in our life. And if this has ever happened to you, where you felt like you got in a situation, you said, hey, I want to promote up this month. I want to go to the next level of my business. I want to hit this many bonuses or this amount of income. And you know what you needed to do, but for some reason, it didn't quite happen. Like you found yourself sitting in front of the TV instead of making those prospecting calls, or doing something to distract, but it didn't push you forward. If that's you, I want to get a little sense of agreement here so we can talk about how we can deal with this. So if that's you, give me a thumbs up, give me an amen, give me a I'm ready to change, shoot me something so I know you are with me. So we're going to talk about why. Why does that happen? Why does that happen in our life where we say, hey, I'm ready to promote, I'm ready to move forward, I'm ready to go to the next level, and then what happens? Nothing. All right, thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Nothing happens, right? And what's that all about? Well, have you ever heard of this philosophy or concept, push versus pull? Okay? Maybe you've been in a time in your life and you were so jazzed, so pumped, so excited, like you couldn't wait to get out of bed in the morning. You were like, it didn't matter what it was. It could have been for your health. It could have been that you just fell in love and you're so zested about a relationship. It could have been that you came across a business opportunity and you're like, oh my gosh, this can change my life. This can be it for us, right? Whatever it is. Have you ever had a point in your life where you were jazzed and you were pumped about something? Something that's inside of you that says, I want this. And you're willing to put everything aside. You're willing to sleep less hours. You're willing to move some things around in your life so that you can go and accomplish that thing, right? You've all felt that way. Now, on the flip side, have you ever felt like, okay, here's my goal. I know I'm supposed to do this. I know I want to promote up, but you felt like you were getting pushed to go for that. Like you knew you should intellectually, but for some reason there was like a block in your life where you just couldn't get past it. You knew what you needed to do, but again, we found ourselves self-sabotaging. If you felt that way, we all have been there. So what's the difference between the two? Well, we all have, what our head says and what our heart says. And if there are different things that are blocking you, like you have a goal to be financially free. And in this goal to be financially free, you want that. You want to push forward. You want to go to the next level. But at the same token, you always heard this thing that money is evil, or that, rich people are nasty, or that, people that are wealthy, did it with bad intentions and that's how they have their money. Like if you have a goal to be financially free, but in the back of your head, you have these same underlying beliefs, can you see how we have a problem? We have a definite problem, right? We don't have things that align. We have things that are not true, right? That are pulling us back to what our heart really wants. So what we need to do is we need to kind of identify what are these limiting beliefs that we have in our life that, they don't support us. They don't help us push forward. They don't help us move to the next level. They are just something that's quite frankly false. And because the truth is, right? The truth is that the more money you have, the more people you can help. The more money you have, it's going to amplify who you are. That if you want to do something great in this world, whether it's for your family, whether it's for your community, whether it's for your friends, you're probably going to need some financial resources, right? You want to help the poor, don't be one of them, right? So if you identify, hey, these were my limiting beliefs, I'm going to get over those and I'm going to focus on what is the truth. Because you know what about the truth, my friends? The truth will set you what? It will set you free, right? So we want to identify some of these different things. Now, I was at the Tony Robbins event this past weekend, and there was like so many different things that we learned. I mean, the event was 50 hours long, 50. It was 4 days. It was very intense. And one of the things that we learned was about how we are constantly conditioning ourselves to believe something for us for the positive or something for us for the negative, right? But we have the power to choose. We can totally choose what it is that we're going to believe and what it is that we are going to focus on in our life. So we're going to talk about 3 things that you can do to change your beliefs from the past, to change this self-sabotaging pattern that has maybe come up before for you. The first thing is you want to obviously identify what it is that you want, and you want to get some leverage on yourself. Like if you're like, hey, my goal is I want financial freedom. I am ready to go to the next level. I am ready to break through. What does leverage look like? Okay, leverage is where you basically kind of turn the needle on yourself of what it is that you want. So how do you get leverage on yourself? What I would do if I were you is I would go someplace by yourself where you really have time to think, where you really have time to focus and think about, hey, what will happen if I don't do this? What will happen if I continue to work at a job that I hate? I continue to live a life that's unfilled in this area of my life. I continue to do these things. What will happen 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now? And just sit there, close your eyes, be by yourself, and really think through the worst case scenario. Now, what I want you to do is just blow it out of proportions. Bring it big, bring it close to your mind's eye where you're like, oh my gosh, there's no way I could possibly continue down that road. We call that getting leverage on yourself, right? Then the second thing we want to do is we want to break the habit of whatever we've done in the past. So in the past, if our goal was to push forward for our business and we had this list of contacts and we knew our goal was to contact 5 people a day or 10 people a day or whatever your goal was, and for some reason we meandered in front of the computer and we started, looking at YouTube videos, or we went and we sat down in front of the TV and started looking at that. We did something that wasn't in line with our greater purpose, right? Let's identify what was that thing that we did and how can we avoid it. If we say, hey, you know what? Every night when I get home from work, I'm going to make a focused plan to reach out and connect with 10 new people to share my business opportunity so that I can help go to the next level. Well, if you know when you get home that you're in an environment where it's challenging for you to do that, maybe you don't go home. Maybe you say, hey, you know what? I'm not going home until I get these 10 calls out, or until I shoot these 10 text messages or Facebook messages, or however you're contacting. Identify, what's your limiting belief, get some leverage on yourself, and what is a new thing that you can do to replace the area that you had a problem and you were stumbling with in the past. So do those 3 things, and you can start creating some new empowering beliefs for yourself. You will change your habits. I say this over and over again. If we want to do something, if we want to be masters in our life, whether it's in our health, whether it's in our finance, whether it's in our relationships, we need to change something we do on a daily basis. So what are you doing daily to push the needle forward for what it is that you want to see in your life, whatever area that might be in? So those are my 3 tips, which I'm sharing from Tony Robbins with you, of how you can break the self-sabotage that so many of us have a tendency to get in the habit of. So number 1 is think about your goals. Number 2 is get some leverage on yourself as to what will happen if we continue going down the path that we're on right now. Number 3 is identify what it is that's a stumbling block for you. And number 4 is to replace that with a new empowering habit that you can do on a daily basis that will help you push the needle and go to the next level. So guys, I hope you enjoyed these 4 tips on what you can do to break through self-sabotage. One of the things that I know so many people focus on is getting their business exposure, right? Whether it's, meeting people out and about, whether it's contacting the people that you know. One of the things that I found to be absolutely incredibly powerful is harnessing the power of social media. How to have prospects where they're actually reaching out to you instead of you having to reach out to them. If you like that, and I know it would be something that would be beneficial for you, then you can click on the link that's listed here in the description, and it's going to be my social media blueprint. It's going to be things that I've used, I've applied in my business that have helped me do that very thing. Attract prospects to me, and you can do the same thing as well. So click on the link, get the free download, and enjoy, my friend. So that is all for today. Take care, be blessed. And of course, if this was something that added value to your life, if this was something that impacted you in a positive way, definitely let me know. I love reading all of the comments, and feel free to share. Feel free to pass this on to other people in your team and the members that you have on Facebook that are your friends, and let's get the word out so we can break through the limiting beliefs and move forward to things that God has called you to do, which I know are great and I know they're amazing. So take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all next time. For more great training and to receive your free MP3 download on how to attract prospects using social media, the 4 essential elements to attracting prospects, visit summerjeronimo.com.